NASA is going back to the moon and maybe beyond. When the Artemis 1 mission blasts off on Monday, it will not be carrying any people, but it will instead be full of materials that NASA says represents the first long-duration deep space biological experiment. This is all part of the effort to return astronauts to the moon for the first time in decades. So joining us now to talk about this is Bill Nelson, the NASA administrator and former U.S. Senator from Florida. Good morning, and thank you for joining us. You know, this really is a historic mission, and I want you to tell us why it's such a critical step in getting humans to the moon again.
Hey, Caitlin. Yes, we're going back to the moon in preparation to go to Mars. That's the difference. 50 years ago, we went to the moon for a day, a few hours, 3 days max. Now we're going back to the moon to stay, to live, to learn, to build, to do new technologies, all with in mind that then at the end of the decade of the 2030s, we're sending humans to Mars.
And I know you're also hoping to open the door for the first woman, the first person of color on the moon. You know, when it comes to this journey, how long is it going to be? And where is it going? And then I've got one more question about the details of it, what exactly this mission is going to look like.
Well, this is a test flight. We stress it, we test it. We would do things to this particular mission that we wouldn't do with a crew. The number one objective is we want to know that that heat shield is going to work on the fiery heat of re-entry. It's coming in hot, it's coming in fast, 32 times the speed of sound, Mach 32, 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. We have to know that that heat shield works.
Yeah.
That's the primary objective. We're doing 42 days. The part of the spacecraft's only rated to 21 days. So you see how we are stressing it in order to push the limit to make sure it's safe when in 2 years we will have a human crew and we'll go back to the moon.
Right, and obviously the heat shield is so critical here. So instead of having actual people on board, you're going to have these mannequins. And I have a lot of questions about these mannequins. One, I would like for you to send me one so I can put it in John Berman's office when he's not looking. But two, you know, these mannequins, people are remarking how creepy they look. But they're important to have them there as you do wait to see that actual people can be on board, right?
In particular, we are going to make sure that the radiation that those mannequins receive is acceptable. Of course, if there's a solar explosion with a human crew, we're going to have to figure out a way that we can try to protect them from that radiation. And this is all a part of the testing process. And Caitlin, I'll give you a little secret. They closed out Orion, the hatch, 2 nights ago. The last thing that they put in is Snoopy in his spacesuit, and you will see Snoopy floating along with the mannequins as we head to the moon.
That's gonna be a lot of fun for kids to watch as well. Is the deadline still for NASA for returning American astronauts back to the moon? Are you still going to be able to achieve doing that by 2025, do you think?
Yes, in 2 years, we will go back to the moon with humans. It'll be a crew of 4. They will orbit the moon and come home, check out all the systems, and then a year later, late 2025, we go back with a crew of 4. They go into lunar polar orbit, and that polar orbit is a place that they rendezvous with SpaceX lander, and then 2 of the 4 will go down, and that will be the first woman and the next man to walk on the moon.
What about Mars? What's your timeline internally looking like for that?
President Obama announced the goal. He said 2033. It looks like it'll be the late 2030s, perchance 2040.
Okay, 2040. But first, we are going to be looking ahead to August 29th, 8:33 a.m. Eastern. We'll be watching. And Bill Nelson, Thanks for joining us this morning, and don't forget to send me that mannequin.